Gary G. with Inland Valley News, reporting from the Staples Center as we prepare for announcement by the commissioner of the NBA, Adam. So, Adam, can you talk about the vision that you have for the NBA and the growth since you've stepped into the position as the commissioner? How are you feeling about it?
You know, I'm feeling great about the league right now. And, you know, my vision and dream for the league is that we can continue to grow and grow on a global basis. I mean, one of the things that I'm so encouraged about is that, you know, young boys and girls, not just in the United States, but around the world, love this game and they love playing the game. And, you know, one of the benefits, you know, privileges of this job is I get to travel around the world representing the league. I was in South Africa last summer. We played our first NBA game ever on the continent of Africa, led by Chris Paul as the president of the union and a group of all-stars, and the reception was incredible. You know, we were with the Clippers just this past fall back in Shanghai in China. It's been the reception in China. We're having an owner now born in India, in Adhesive. So, you know, I want to continue as commissioner what I've sort of picked up from great leaders before me, and that is to continue growing this game on a global basis.
What are your thoughts and concerns about the Belgian bombing situation?
My concern is just as a citizen, I'm always concerned about security issues. From a sports administration standpoint, of course, we were very focused on the fact that the incident was targeted at a stadium in Paris, and I know all the leagues have come together to redouble our efforts in terms of security. I'm very confident that these great facilities like the Staples Center has the best possible security. We work closely with every government agency, but you know, my concern goes well beyond sports. I mean, as a citizen, I'm always concerned, you know, about the fact that there are groups of people in the world who feel their only alternative is to resort to violence. And I think ultimately that's for our elected officials to work through those issues. But, you know, my main concern is as a citizen of interest there, and I think to the union's credit, this is, and I think it's the way that Michelle Roberts approaches issues, that it's put personalities aside. You know, she has a job to do and I have a job to do, and I don't want to speak for her, but I think for both of us it was what makes sense for our constituents, and that's how we reached this agreement.
If we call it, you don't have to call it this, if we call it the DeAndre Jordan rule, is that unacceptable?
If you call it the DeAndre Jordan rule, it doesn't bother me.
Adam, how much of a priority is the use of adhesive substances at the moment?
Where if you looked in our rule book, we do not find a specific rule on adhesive substances. In spirit, it violates our rules. I thought the fair way to deal with it was to give a warning to Dwight and the Rockets and to move on. I think it wasn't done in a hidden way. I think we sort of accept the fact that he has been doing it for many years, and presumably other players have as well. As I said, it's you know, but I think it's a violation of the spirit of our rules, and I think from the league office standpoint, we realize maybe over the course of the next few months we have to be much more specific about certain kinds of rules. Because, for example, I mean, it's not that no foreign substance can be introduced, because we all know the scene of LeBron James with the talcum powder before the game, and nobody's saying a powder to dry your hands should be prohibited. So it's live and learn. We need to be more specific. But again, I think it was a violation of spirit, but the proper way to deal with it was a warning. No team has been as successful as the Lakers in modern sports history in any league. And so I have complete confidence in Jean and us as the governor of the team, and how she manages it. There is the ebb and flow of every team. So, you know, and I know they will return to being a competitive team. So I'm not more concerned about the Lakers than any other team, but it's my job to constantly be in touch with the owners and management and the management teams and help them work through issues. And they're working through the transitions a year and a half ago or so. And the NBA owners, well, a majority of the owners were in favor of making the change. A supermajority were not, and so we did not make a change. I also said at the time that my sense was market forces would also correct certain team behavior in the league, and I think we're seeing that, and I think you see with teams like the Golden State Warriors and San Antonio Spurs that their great teams come together not just through high draft picks, that players like Draymond Green, who wasn't even a first-round pick, let alone a lottery pick, become all-stars by being parts of great organizations, and the Kawhi Leonard Leonards of the world, who were I think the 15th pick in the first round. And so there's a balance. There's legitimate rebuilding that goes on in the league, but then, management brings together great teams. So the other thing I said is after the board chose not to change the draft lottery at the time, is then when we started doing our projections and we negotiated our new television deals, we realized we're going to have this enormous increase in cap room this summer. And so where we're going to go from roughly $70 million cap to a $90 million cap. And also, as I said before, there are going to be enormous unintended consequences from that. And I think in talking to GMs and others around the league, I think we all had to take a step back and say, that of course the lottery, the draft is one way to build a team, but free agency is another way to build a team. And trades are a third way. And so let's look at the system holistically after this summer to see how it's operating and then take a fresh look. For example, this is a pretty primitive analysis, but you don't see more injuries towards the end of the season than you do in the beginning of the season. And you see the correlation is with fatigue. And that, of course, is something that we can and do need to do more about, meaning 4 games in 5 nights would be dramatically and reducing the number of back-to-backs. Based on our schedule, we can't completely reduce back-to-backs unless we added, several more weeks to the season. I don't think we're going to do that. But we can do more to focus on fatigue of players. Obviously, coaches are becoming more strategic when they rest players. So, and the technology and the science are getting better in terms of what causes injuries and how to better rehab players when they are injured. So we're looking at all of that. It has to start at the youth level, but we know we have to do our part as well. We want to make sure we keep our players healthy and on the court.
Thanks, guys.